Hello, this is Sierra and welcome to another video. Today we're doing another Minecraft we're not doing another under chapter 2. We're in Hermitcraft Season Clockwork. We are on episode 5, and this is probably one of the shortest episodes, but it has a very nice ending, but I don't know if we'll get there or not. We shall see, I suppose. Let me zoom out so you can see everything now, and let's get started. If you haven't read any of the other chapters, be sure to do so due to spoilers. Even though you may or may not have gotten a cheeky sneak peek, but of course, I hope you didn't see that because I wanted you to be in suspense. Of course, but you don't know what I could have done. Zoom that in very bit. For a bit. Grian slowly regained consciousness, opening his eyes slowly as he heard his own shallow breathing. Space was quiet, dark, dry. He shivered as he tried to look up toward the window, but all you could see was darkness. What had happened? He tried to shake the fuzziness from his mind as he tried to figure out how to survive something like that. It should have killed him. Was Mr. A still watching him, or had the man lost connection from the machine and assumed he was dead? Would his friends even find him? Suddenly, he heard something hit the floor as he heard some footsteps somewhere nearby. I'm in. Good. Now, do you think I can find the hatch to let us in? Exuma's faint voice called. It's dark in here, the voice admitted softly as he heard more footsteps. I think I found it. Good. Now open it up so we can get in, Exuma proclaimed. Grian half wanted to call out, but he wasn't sure he had the energy to do that. A headache was forming, and he could feel pain all over him, throbbing as he remained bound to the chair. Suddenly he heard a latch give as light poured into the room. Grian blinking several times. Sure, most of it was behind him, but he could hear voices as well. Fresh air filling his lungs as he took it in, relieved, grateful for it. There's something over here, the voice proclaimed, as Grian heard footsteps coming over. Seeing a face come around, he never saw you again. Grian! Exuma said delighted surprise as he looked him up and down. How about we get you out of this thing, shall we? What? Grian tried as he felt wires being disconnected from the Velcro just before the Velcro was stripped off him. He tried to stand, stumbling just as Exuma caught him. Come on, we need to get a better look at you, Deeper said matter-of-factly, as he told whoever else was inside to leave the machine. Grian was half pulled, half carried out of the machine before being laid onto a bed of grass, groaning quietly in pain. That doesn't look good, an unfamiliar voice said. Bubbo, do you think you can call in for medical assistance? We're going to need a bit of help here. I can do that, Bubbo's voice replied, a little bit away from them. Grian heard footsteps fading as the owner of the voice leaned down. It was another man in a camouflage uniform, his dark hazel eyes meeting his own. How bad is it? Grian asked him, finding it difficult to move without feeling a piercing screech of pain. Needs attention, the man replied. This is far beyond my capabilities, but we know people who can help make sure you're comfortable. Plus, we also have other people that need care. Grian nodded, knowing what the man meant. Will everyone be okay? Your friends will be, the man said with a smile. Grian managed to smile himself. It was a huge relief. But a part of him knew it wasn't all of it. What about yours? He asked quietly. The man hesitated. We've been tasked to risk our lives to protect you and your friends. We've lost some of our group, but we can get more. It'll be hard, but we're glad everyone made it out alive. Grian swallowed, nodded weakly. How long have you been here? How about you rest for now, Grian? Someone can answer your questions later, I promise. The man replied gently, taking out a bottle with a red liquid inside. Take this. It might help with some of the pain you might be experiencing. Thank you, Grian responded quietly, accepting the drink as the man lifted his head quietly, his head gently, and helped him consume it. It was very nice and soothing. Not all the pain was gone, but it was far more bearable than it was before. He found himself fading back into an unconsciousness. free of that awful man and his friends once more. And with his friends once more was the best thing he could ever ask for. You could hear the man next to him talking about, and the man, hear the man, and Exuma talking about something vaguely, but he soon remembered nothing more as he fell into a deep, dreamless sleep. Chapter 20. Grian slowly awoke, feeling himself being surrounded by a cushion of pillows and blankets. It was soft and welcoming. Far better than... what? Far better than the cot he'd been sleeping on for who knew how long. He wasn't sure he wanted to know. Wanted to remember the horrible things he had seen there. Forced to endure hopelessly as he felt life being drained out of him by that machine. Didn't want to think about the nightmares that plagued him while he was bound to the cot, unable to escape. The man certainly hadn't taken away chances with him potentially escaping. Any chances with him potentially escaping. Not that it mattered now. Mr. A probably assumed he was dead. It's better that way. He did not want to see that man ever again. He opened his eyes, seeing the familiar ceiling of his own bedroom back at home. He'd been taken here after the events of that horrible day. Had he been taken here after the events of that horrible day? What had happened to that machine? Was it gone? Was everyone okay? Memories washed back into his mind as he tried to shake them away. He didn't have to worry about that anymore. He was safe, or at least he hoped so. Maybe Mr. A's men had left them alone, or the people in the cause who were here were doing their jobs very well. He had no need to be afraid, but then why was he? He knew where he was. He was home. Shouldn't he be happy about that? Wasn't he happy to be home? His attention was redirected when he heard the door to his room open, watching a familiar figure walk into the room carrying some things in his arms. Good to see your leg? Liam mused with a smile. How are you feeling? Any better? I guess, Grian said with a sigh, attempting to sit up. Took him a few tries before he was able to do it, groaning a little, but proud of himself for actually doing it. What are you doing here? I was called in for medical assistance, the boy reported, since there were a few people who needed tending to. Right, Grian nodded sadly. So everyone's okay? Yep, quick recovery all around, as expected. The boy chuckled. You hungry? I've got something for you. Is it any good? Grian asked reluctantly. Far better than you've had for a while, probably, the boy said simply. The tuber watched as the boy grabbed a plate of food and handed it to him. Try not to eat it too fast. Take your time. Grian managed to smile as he dug into the food, delighted and relieved to find it was absolutely delicious. Definitely better than anything Mr. A's men had given him. He probably made the food purposely bad in a way to torture their prisoners. He was just glad to be out of there. It didn't take him too long before he completely cleaned the plate, feeling energy return to him, feeling better than he had in a long time. It wasn't that hard to believe it was just a thing that YouTubers were able to do. Liam hadn't seemed surprised by his recovery at all. Liam took the empty plate from him and placed it on a nearby table as he walked over to the bed, taking what appeared to be a towel off from underneath. What's that? Grian asked, surprised he hadn't noticed it before. Felt just as soft and comfortable as everything else. Just a little technique I've learned, the boy replied. He basically dip this in a cauldron with either healing or regeneration, and then use that to help heal the individual far quicker in a specific spot. And I guess it worked, Grian guessed. Liam nodded. Certainly. You're not feeling any pain anymore, are you? Grian shook his head. No, not really. The boy smiled. Skiddier. Grian nodded in agreement. Not sure what else to say to that. How much longer are you planning on staying? Not too long, Grian shrugged. I have things to tend to back at the school. I'm just waiting for the new recruits to arrive first. Just to make sure you're settled and not on your own again. How long have I been gone for all this to happen? Maybe a month or two, the boy stated simply. I don't know too much about what happened, but I think your friends will be able to fill you in on that whenever you think you're ready to see them. Soon, I reckon, the YouTuber replied. Soon, Liam agreed. Maybe tomorrow if you're strong enough to walk. Grian smiled and nodded. Can't wait for that then. Liam said nothing more than a simple farewell before walking out the door, leaving the YouTuber on his own once more in his bedroom. This moment of independence brought him a smile to his face, knowing things had seemed to have gone as close to normal as they could be. Apart from the new bodyguards, he supposed. It was worth it all. He had made it through, and he had his friends with him now. They'd get through whatever hurdles would come their way. He was ready. He was home. And you probably saw there. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to end it there. Yeah, you did see a little sneak peek, but that's all it is. It's a little sneak peek. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, whenever that might be. Story 2. Whenever I choose to write it. So I've tried to, but I'm like, I want to finish this first, so that I can be focused on doing that, if I want to keep doing that. But then when school starts back up again in September, or like, then I, of course, will have as much time to do these stories, but that's okay. I will, like, if I need to stop for a while, that's alright. I will still tell stories, but yeah. Anyway, that's gonna be it for me in this video. Hope you enjoyed this first story of season Clockwork, and stay tuned for more if you choose to. That's it for me. And this will be the end of this video. If you have any thoughts, questions, ideas for future stories, be sure to leave them in the comments below. Though, of course, I can write whatever I want. It'd be fine with ideas. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one, whenever that might be. Goodbye.